Hi everyone, this is your Watch Me First for week 4. So this is the week that you are going to be talking about or writing about your research question, research hypothesis, purpose statement, variables, your introduction. So you all have those components already in your lit review, but now is the time to actually make them more specific, clear, concise, however you, so this is the time we are going to be doing that. So when you look at the week 4 folder, I'm going to open it up over here. So week 4 folder, this is how it's going to look for you guys. You are going to have Creswell chapter 5 notes, 6 notes, 7 notes. These notes are created from your Creswell book and are explicit and elaborate, but I've also posted videos for 6 and 7. I am working on the videos for 5 and I should have that one too. Now here is your research assignment document. So if you look at the research assignment document, basically you don't really have when you talk about a purpose statement, it is the script from the book. So a qualitative research study, if you're doing qualitative, this is kind of your script to follow or somewhat close to it. If you're doing quantitative research study, this is what to follow. So those are the things to think about. So each of them is going to be just a separate Word document that you are going to upload on Dropbox, but you can use these as your guideline. Like your introduction, if you look at the introduction notes of it, so it talks about what does the introduction needs. It's a first passage, so that's what it is. It sets the stage for the project. It establishes the issue or the concern, so that's where the purpose statement comes in. It creates reader interest. It places the study within a larger context as to what you are aiming, as to why you are doing it, adding to the literature, filling a gap of the literature, and reaches out to a specific audience. So your model for a introduction is all these things: builds a gap, includes elements such as research problem, address, deficiency, significance of the study, purpose statement, and ends with research question. So it's going to be 1 paragraph or 2 paragraph, but this is what your introduction is, and now you're going to use all those components to do the introduction. So the way it will be graded is, this is what I am looking for in the introduction. Does it have all of those points? Here's more details on the research problem and tips for designing the open paragraphs and other things. So the chapter, read your chapter. Your chapter has really great information about it. And so when I'm reading your introduction, so your introduction is 1 assignment. Your purpose statement and hypothesis will be 1 assignment, and for your purpose statement they've kind of given you a script, so you don't have to do every one of them. You only do which is related to your study. If you're doing quantitative, you're doing qualitative, only related to your study, and then you have a research question and your variables that you are going to identify. So this is only related to your study. This is what it is on week 4, all those components that you are doing and submitting. So another thing that I have done for week 4 is I have created a discussion board. I know that by now I have met with every single one of you and we have talked through your project, talked through your research, but there are always questions that come up and you want to ask, like, what do you think about this, or how is this? And so here is, you can discuss your research question, purpose, hypothesis, introduction, all of those things on this discussion board. Now, I want to make sure this is not a discussion board for you to copy paste your whole introduction and say, all right, can you edit that introduction, or what it is. It is to ask questions as you are writing your introduction or as you are writing your research question. This is not, I am not going to be grading this over and over again. We will have discussion and we are going to meet once again next week about your methodology. So we will have further discussions about introduction, research questions, and things like that. And don't worry about your grades. If you revise and resubmit, you will get those points because you still have your IRB due. So please don't worry about those points. It's like, oh, it has to be perfect. Yes, it has to be as close to as being perfect, but if you are revising and changing things before your IRB is due, that is fine, because once the IRB is submitted, your IRB is the Institutional Review Board, application is submitted to collect the data, you cannot change it. So you have to be very sure by that time what is your research methodology. And that is why we have so many meeting schedules within this course. It is a tough course to teach online, but we will be successful. So here is all the stuff that is there. Once again, these are the things have to be, you are using the scripts, you are using those wording, you are using all that stuff is what you are going to be graded on. Your introduction has all of those things and has to end with your research question. So think about this. You have your research question, you're getting points for it, but you also get points for it in the introduction. And you also get points for it when you submit the IRB, when you do the methodology. So all of these things are connected together. They are interrelated. There's not like you do this and I'm done with this. A research study, all the components of research study are interconnected. And that is very important to understand. Once again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post on the course question discussion board. If it's specific to the components of the research, you can post it in the research discussion board or the course question discussion board. It's not going to be counted. Those are two different forums for you to just have more discussions. That's what it is. All right, best of luck. I look forward to talking about you guys, reading your stuff as per our discussions, as the changes that you guys have made. Best of luck.